Alrighty, folks, it's a glorious day in Aggie land after the bruising the Aggies put on the Bayou Bengals down in Baton Rouge last night. But we are here for another album review, and today we have Animalize with Verminateur, I believe is how you say it. These guys were formed in Lyon, France in 2014. This is their second full-length album. They had Meat We're Made Of. Their debut came out in 2022. I believe they used to like sing half their songs in English and half in French. But this album is all in French, so I will be brutalizing the names of these songs. Here's the band. Yes, I did say they're from France. The drummers was born in South Korea. But it says the rest of the guys were born in France. There's a cool band shot there. Nice thick booklet. Dying Victims Productions. These guys also had 2 EPs out, one in 2020 and one in 2023. There's the back there. Yes, since it is a Dying Victims production, you get the sticker. If I can get this back in here. I didn't show the back, which I have a tendency not to do. So you get the sticker, and then of course you get the OB. What shoes I have on there? It has Verminateur, which I reviewed that one. It has Animalize, Meat We're Made Of, which I just mentioned, and then Animalize, Tapes from the Crypt, which is one of their EPs. I think that's their first EP in 2020. So it says here, the tongue-in-cheek bundle of energy is finally back with their second full-length, powerful heavy metal. This time all songs are sung in French, featuring Damnée and Au Jugement de Soi. So you have Jessman on lead guitars, Coyote on bass and vocals, RattleGab on rhythm guitar, and Hyungminator on drums. But I think, even though this album did come out in 2025, it came out earlier in the year. I'm just now making my way to it. I think everybody in the band is gone except for Coyote, and I think he's brought in another drummer. But as far as this is a band that recorded this album, I do not believe they are together anymore. So let's begin by me brutalizing the first name of the song, and it's called Armis de la Nuit. Speedy number, complete with the opening air raid siren. It has a real Enforcer feel to it. The singer has kind of a cross between Enforcer and Skullfist in his voice. Maybe even a little more high-pitched, if that's possible. Damnée is your second one. This is a slower pace number. You can tell they're really pulling on the 80s glam sound with this track. You even get a synth breakdown and a lot of group harmonies. Cheval Astral is your third track. Sticking with the 80s, but this has more of like a late 80s Scorpions feel to the song. Then your title track, another speedy number, kicks off with a nice guitar solo, good driving riff. You get a cool bass and drum breakdown in this tune. some crispy trade-off guitar solos. Then the Au Jugement des Soirs, another 80s inspired mid-pace number, more nice guitar work in this one. Then the only English titled track would be the 1-minute instrumental Invasion. Really kind of out of place here. I think it would have been much better starting off the album because it kind of has a intro feel to it. In Havasseurs is the next one. Another track loaded with cool guitar harmonies and guitar solos. They do lots of vocal harmonies on this album, and I don't think there's anybody else. I think it's just the lead singer, layered vocals. And since he does have such a high, distinct voice, all the vocal harmonies can sometimes seem to be a little much, a little distracting. Prière des Remords is your next one. This is a 3-minute ballad, but it's just the vocals are just accompanied with lush piano and strings, but very sparse. And I said 3-minute ballad. It doesn't even clock in at 3 minutes. It's like 2 minutes 45 seconds. Your next track is Bon Besure de Outre Tombe. Synth intro to this one. Kind of sounds like maybe something that you would find on maybe the last 2 Enforcer albums. There's even a keyboard solo in this track. Then your final track is Reviens Moi. Tasty guitar harmonies throughout the song. So I think I'm going to give this one a 7.8 out of 10. Not quite an 8, maybe a little bit better than a 7.75. Guitar works really good. Nothing crazy, no crazy guitar solos. There's a couple of crazy guitar solos in here, but most of all, the guitar works really tasty. Drummer's really solid. Bass player's really solid. And then the vocals, like I said, they're a little on the high pitched side, but they're not bad. It just this is a little much when because they do lots of vocal harmonies, so the layered vocals can seem a little much song after song. But overall, a good solid album. If you don't mind your metal being sung in French, then you might want to check these guys out. Animalize, Verminateur, 7.8 out of 10. All right, you guys have a good one.